like Londoners? Why does it seem like you don't like Londoners?
This is exactly what you said. All right, come.
Yeah,
All right, so what makes you think I don't like Londoners?
No,
hold on, let's move over here because I want to get a better background.
First, I want to say that I like your videos. I think you're a cool guy, but it seems like you're always getting onto people in London. Every time you stop people, you're asking them about I don't know, maybe things they know about America or their misconceptions about Americans, and then you're checking them. And most of the time, those people aren't able to answer the questions.
All right, true. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
How am I getting on people?
No, but it's the vibe. It's more like, say, your manner or your tone, the way you approach them. It's almost like you're looking to catch somebody out.
But you walked up to me, right?
Yeah, but okay.
Tell me one thing. Like one thing.
Okay. I'm gonna be one of those guys now.
But look what you said. You go. Like tell me what I'm doing. Like what?
Okay, I'm being
a professional host.
You're right. There's nothing explicitly wrong in what you're doing. It's just, when I watch the videos, I'm thinking
it's because you're from London. It's because
of course it is. But at the same time, it's more so.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It can't be my fault that I'm actually educated on the topics that they're talking about.
Yeah.
And some of the things that they say
but it's good.
Crazy.
It's good. Yeah.
You know, and I'd rather educate the world, and I don't make a biased perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I never say you're dumb or you're. That's not me. I'm a host. I'll be professional. I ask some questions to it. Like, would you like me to ask you a question?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. But the only difference maybe between me and some of them is if I don't know something, I don't know something. Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna pretend like I know. So if I don't know, I don't know. You know, I'm not afraid of like looking stupid or whatever. I feel like
he's tall, by the way. So I know I look short, but he's not tall.
No, it's just so in some of those videos, I'm thinking, you know what? In this case, he's caught somebody that maybe has a point. You know, they had a point in their head or they had a response, but they don't know how to articulate themselves.
Yeah.
Or they just don't know. And instead of saying, "Cool, I don't know," in this case, they're waffling and they're talking shit. You know, if you don't know something, just say you don't know. But every time I'm just like, what? Can't nobody like answer this guy's questions? Like, no, you know, you ask them. It's so mad. I can't even think of any of the examples right now. But you ask them something about something, say they don't know, or some misconception they have about.
Think of it. Anything.
I don't know.
Name me one video you have in your head. You see my face.
Okay, so there was one where I think they were saying to you that they think Americans are dumb. You know, like generally, like people from America are dumb. And again, I'm watching that video thinking, okay, well that's dumb. You know, Americans aren't dumb. You've obviously come across some videos that showcases or makes these people from America look dumb, but Americans aren't dumb. There's intelligent people and dumb people.
So then my question in my head comes to, why do you think like that?
Yeah.
What makes Americans dumb? Explain to me.
Yeah, no, exactly. So what they should have said, and obviously what I would say is they've obviously watched a lot of videos put out by people on social media, and there may be certain movies or TV shows that give
background.
That give the what's the word? The perspective or the idea that see, Americans are kind of dumb or like they're ignorant. You know, whereas there's obviously well-educated people from every part of the world, including America.
Thank you. That's all my statements. All right, good. All right, so how does it become my fault? I understand because you're from London.
Obviously, when I say your fault, I don't mean like your fault as in like you've done something bad, but more like see, he got another one, almost like you won,
it's not even about. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not about who's right and wrong. It's about if it's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they're from the UK, because I went to America and they did the same thing. Some of them got it wrong. But if it's right, it has to be correct. For example, right now online, some guy is saying that all black people are the same. Mm-hmm. Where you from?
Like country, right? I'm Nigerian.
You're Nigerian?
Yeah.
I'm Black American.
Yeah.
You got a completely different background than me.
Yeah.
You grew up a completely different way, different culture, everything, right?
Yeah.
I grew up completely different. We are different, right?
Yeah.
It's incredible for somebody to sit down and say that all black people are the same. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
That's like disrespectful to always. Like, what do you mean? We all have different cultures.
Was that person black or like a?
That person was black.
Okay.
He's saying he's like making a divide. Yes, because there is a divide. Your culture is your culture, which you should be proud of. But my culture is my culture as well. We're not the same.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Everyone's unique. And he's literally saying like implying that all black people are the same.
Okay, I don't agree with what he said. You know, first
I'll show you the video.
Cool.
I'll show you the video.
Yeah, I'm more curious if to like, I don't know, maybe he, because you just said then that,
as well as so hold on. So I'm gonna show you the video. You're from London, right?
Yeah.
All right, how old are you?
28.
All right, mature. That's all I wanted to know. I'm gonna show you the video, and then I'm gonna show you who we talking about right now. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show. Hold on. I shot a lot of videos today, so it's gonna get a little hectic. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, here it is. All right, first, this is a video that he made.
Buy from a company that makes more than If you buy from a company that makes more than 1 billion profit every year, I feel like you are ethically and morally obligated to steal yourself a little treat every time you go there.
If you buy from a company that makes
Yeah.
over $1 billion every year,
Yeah.
you're ethically and morally correct to steal from them.
Well, no, you're not. Yeah, I don't feel like there's a lot to unpack there. Like, yeah, you're not.
That's bro.
But why is he saying that though? I'm so
Most
confused.
unhinged
I'm
toxic.
sorry. What does he mean when he says you're morally and ethically obligated to steal a treat?
To steal something like a little.
Or like
paper.
anything from them. Again, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, like
and he sounds like he's from the UK.
Yeah, he's not American.
He sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, cool. Now this is the same guy. Well, look at my video.
All right, we gotta talk about this guy's anti-black content because it's
now.
fucking annoying. Okay. If you don't know who he is, his name's AdonisCrashBoom, and he's got nearly 1 million followers here on TikTok. And he makes content pitting mainly African Americans against all other black people in the world, but specifically black people in the UK and Africans. Who's smarter, UK or America? America or the UK? It was smarter. America.
Nothing about black people. Right here,
now, usually when faced with shit content like this, I would just scroll like any other adult. Yeah. But there's a specific reason I had time today, and it's this fucking video.
Give you my black card?
Yeah, give it to me, bro.
Yeah, you mean your fucking food stamp? I'm a Congolese person. I'm not one of you street American black holes. Okay, so
this is a real thing. They really do this out here. They really act and behave like this, and then they come to America and try to act like we're all buddy. Where are all the Africans at?
Sorry, just a quick little edit. He left out a huge part of my video, which I'll put on the screen right now. And then to come to America and try to act like we're all buddy. Where are all the Africans at? Where? No offense, no hate. Just I'm asking a real question. And sorry, I'm passionate, but where are the African people slaying this guy? And like, where are the Africans? Where are all the melanated people who want to be down with the culture but can't check their own people? Where are you guys? You think that's acceptable? You think that's valid? Why is he not canceled in our culture? Why? Why do you think that it's acceptable for you guys to let that shit rock? And I see in the comments, some of you guys were actually cheering him on. Why? They are not like us. But let's continue.
So, firstly, I gotta say, what that Congolese guy said was fucking mad.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned
it. Yeah, I'm glad
that the guy at the top is racially antagonizing the Congolese guy for content.
That's not true, because at the end of that video, he actually said,
well, your boy, he was being mean to me.
That your friends were being disrespectful to him. So he said, yo, give me your black card. You got all these crazy light-skinned people around you sitting there talking crazy. But let's continue.
But he uses it as an opportunity to piss and shit himself about African people. They are not like us. Now, for all the Europeans who are watching this particular situation, when you look at black people, know the difference between a black American and an African. You don't confuse the Chinese with the Japanese. Please don't confuse us with them. They are not like us. Just because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. All right, before I say anything, that Japanese and Chinese analogy that you thought you ate with is the dumbest shit I've heard all year. But this speaks to a problem that this guy has very specifically. This isn't an African-American problem, it's an American exceptionalism problem. If you watch this guy's content, you will see that he feels like because he's American, he is better. But what makes it fucking annoying, and the only reason why I'm talking about it, is that he's doing it through a racial lens. Name me somebody that's African that's done something significant that affected your life in a progressive way. In my life, everybody's life, because I can name Malcolm X, Black people. Black American. Name me an African. How do you feel about the black? Because over there in Europe, there are people that cosplay as Black Americans, dress like us, act like us, talk like us, but then talk down on us. Like, it's really sad that this is what you've decided to do as a content creator. But more importantly, it's fucking annoying and divisive.
Now, what are your thoughts on that? We watched the video. What type of person we think? You're watching this interaction. You see this situation.
Yeah. Okay, so on the video that he's commenting on, with the guy,
he had a lot of them.
He's talking about the one with the African American and the Congolese person.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now my response to that, and it's probably going to tie into some of the other ones as well, is I think on both parts. I think there's loads of guys from the UK, guys like me, British people, who meet African Americans, and then based off the things we've seen on TV, social media, movies, whatever, we've already formed our own like idea of what we think, you know, American guys are like. And in the flip side as well, I think African Americans do that too. It's only natural. You know, you might have probably not to the same degree. You know, I don't know how much like say media or TV or you know content you consume, obviously of you know British UK people. But yeah, I think the gist he's getting at there is something that maybe for a while people in the UK have observed as it feels as though you know. Bear in mind, this is how they're interpreting it. It feels as though African Americans have a warped view of obviously black people in the UK. And in the same sense, I'm saying I think we have a warped view of African Americans. You know, everything I know about America so far. Plus, bear in mind, I've never been to America.
Yeah.
You know, some people have tried. I've never been to America.
Okay.
So everything I know of American people is things I've maybe learned obviously in school, and then things that I've just seen on the media. So I'm willing to, not even willing, I accept and I understand that that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not 100%, that's not the full picture.
You've seen, I agree with you. You've seen you've seen this interview, you've seen the person we're talking about, you've seen the way he talks in other videos himself, you've seen the way he expresses himself.
Yeah.
Derogatory statements, no type of information to back it up. He says it's a anti-black conversation. He says that's like he said this guy believes he's better than us because he's black or he's American or something like that.
No, okay.
How?
No, but no, okay, yeah, sorry. I just remembered it now, so I want to address this part here. In the video, he made a comment or a reference to something you did, which I agree with. I don't agree with obviously the way he's gonna buy it, but I agree. So when you compared the sort of the difference between a black person from America.
Yeah.
So sorry.
That's good. It's good.
Someone's calling me. When you compared the difference in say social relation between African Americans and black people from the UK to Chinese and Japanese people. Now
it's both Asian, both same. Like if you look at them, you're probably like similar, but they're not the same.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Right? He said that was the dumbest thing. I didn't understand.
Yeah, he said it's the dumbest thing.
That makes no sense. It's like he's not.
But I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
But let's be real.
Yeah, no, I will.
You heard what he said.
Yeah, no, I did, which is what I'm telling you. I don't agree with the way in which he addressed it, but I'm also going to try and address the point I think he was trying to make.
So let's go.
Okay, cool. So Chinese people, Japanese people, those are two countries in Asia. Cool.
Ethnically look similar.
Yeah, ethnically look similar. But the point he's trying to get from that is cool. You know, in terms of appearance, that's the only thing that, you know, you might say, oh, they have in common.
Yes.
You know, that they look similar.
Yes.
But in terms of like who they are, do you see what I'm saying? They are obviously not the same people. In the same way, a Nigerian person, a man from Nigeria and a man from Ghana are not the same people.
Yes.
You know? The difference I think there is with the comparison, because this is something that comes up a lot in conversation. I think it's come up in maybe one of the hundreds of videos you've done like before, where typically black guys from the UK or people from the UK in general will meet an African American person, and if I ask you now, where are you from? You'll tell me you're American, and I'll be like, oh, okay, but like where are your parents from? You know, and then you'll be like, I don't know.
No, I say America.
America, like whatever thing.
America. Yeah, my grandmother, America. I can literally go all the way back to 1850. To my great grandmother who was born in Virginia. Yeah, like literally. So
okay, and then let's say I said, okay, cool, let's go back. Yeah, let's go. You said 1850. Let's go back to 1650. Let's go back to 15.
America wasn't established until the 1700s.
Okay, but whoever gave birth to your great grandmother was obviously established. That person existed. So I think the question obviously they're asking then is, where's that person from?
Yeah, but then I'll sit down and ask them the same thing. You can't tell me your history.
Yeah, not definitively.
No, but that's all speculation. Like, let's be real. That's all based off perspective, because like America, we have history going back up into like the 1700s because of the census. America established the census in America where they documented every single person that was living in America at that time. Africa never did that. They just recently started documenting people, I think up into the 80s, about the 80s. I'm not sure directly that's the number, but it should be on the channel itself.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to like.
But what I'm talking about in general is I can go further back with full definitive paper. Yeah. With full definitive paper, more than you can. You have literally because of the census. So when people say this idea like Americans don't know, it's like, no, like your country never documented your history. So you only have conversations.
So
that's facts.
Just one question in sort of response to that. So what are you insinuating by that? What's your conclusion from that? If I tell you that, say I'm Nigerian, I was born and raised here in England 28 years ago. So everyone knows my age. 28 years ago. And I'm telling you, my parents are Nigerian, so I'm from Nigeria. And I'm telling you, just based off that information alone, again, obviously I don't have like the paper documents for it. I'm saying I'm Nigerian.
Yeah.
You know, my grandparents, my great grandparents, you know, would have been from what is obviously today now known as Nigeria. So
look what you just said.
What is today known as Nigeria?
And that's where the conclusion comes to me.
Okay.
All right. Because you are Nigerian.
Yeah.
First of all, Nigeria wasn't really called Nigeria. It was taken over and placed by a whole new name and a whole new culture. That's one thing. So everything after that, we've all accepted the reality that, okay, they're from there.
Yeah.
But we don't have no definitive proof that you guys are actually from there. There's no actual paperwork.
No, but then, so the difference, the comparison, so for me to make a comparison, what I'm then trying to say is what most people, most black people, again, I'm going to like sort of assume and like kind of group us in that sense, are saying is when the conversation comes up, you know, you ask like, say, an American, a black guy from America, oh, where you from? Yeah, you know, he'll tell you, his parents are American, or, you know, his parents are American, his grandparents are American, you know, great-great-grandparents are American, etc. Whereas obviously, generally, if you ask any black guy from the UK, again, not all of us, but most, you ask any black guy from the UK, oh, where you from? Oh, yeah, I'm from Peckham. We're in Peckham right now, but I'm Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? My parents are Nigerian.
And that's the difference, because you guys immigrated to other countries. We didn't. We built up America. You guys migrated over here and then spread yourselves and started taking over their particular culture. This was a predominantly white society in reality. All right. So when that question comes into hash, it's like, are you European?
Nationality, you know. I mean, well, the UK is not in the EU anymore, so you know, different topic. But nationality, but I'm not European.
You don't feel
no,
exactly.
No.
You see why? Because you migrated. You guys all left your country. Your parents and migrated off. We didn't. We built America. We are the foundation of what you see as right now to America. Everything you see about America, Black Americans created. So when we sit down and have this conversation, it's like, okay, you don't feel European.
This is gonna be the last part I drop here. Yeah, just because I want to spin off. I have a question for you. Hold on. Okay, go on. Back
to the person that just dropped this video.
Yeah.
You've seen the character traits. You see he has no particular knowledge. He's not even asking questions to be informed. He's just trying to clout chase off the views and stuff like that. Is this a proper representation based on what he said?
No, it's definitely not. I'm gonna obviously I don't know him personally, but I'm gonna say when it comes to like, you know, people that do, you know, content, I'm not grouping you guys together, but you know, there's different reasons behind, you know, why people make certain videos and, you know, address certain topics in the way they do. I'm not a content creator. That's not the way, you know, I roll. That's not how I do my thing. Like I said from the beginning, if I don't know something, I don't know it. I'm not the type of person to say I do know it. And if I say something that is wrong and someone corrects me, cool. I was wrong. You know, thank you for correcting me. Now I know. I think these kind of things are good. You know, having these kind of conversations in general, you know, it only increases you know, knowledge, understanding, like perspective, blah blah blah. But the question I was gonna ask you.
Last question for me, then I got
you. Go on.
Do you feel like I'm a host? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like my intentions between any of this interaction?
No, you're cool.
Like
you're cool.
Not personally to you, because you could tell like this is normally how the conversations go. Like even from the videos you see.
No, I've never watched any of your videos and thought, oh, this guy's a prick, or you know, he's malicious or whatever. I watch them and I laugh. You know, I end up watching them and I'm laughing, thinking, oh fuck, you know, these guys are waffling. They can't even like, you know, have like a proper conversation with him. Or again, just say when they don't know something. You know, I've seen some of your videos where you might be asking somebody something in rebuttal to them saying, oh, like, you know, Americans are dumb, or Americans don't know this, or they don't know that. And then you ask them something that obviously makes them look like the idiot, because it's like, I know this, you don't know this, and you're saying Americans are dumb, you know? So you know, I don't think that at all. Your videos are cool. You seem like a cool.
I appreciate it.
Cool
I appreciate honesty. I appreciate honesty. Yeah. And don't think just because the camera's here, forget the camera.
Yeah. No,
real shit. Fine. I really needed the advice. All right, seriously, real talk. Forget the camera. I really need the advice. Mm-hmm. What's your question?
Yeah. Okay. Boom. In comparison, I don't want to sort of like make the comparison seem this simple, but I'm gonna use it as an analogy. So we know, cool. Like I was born. My parents obviously emigrated, you know, to the UK. They moved here. Cool. They had me. I'm Nigerian, obviously of origin, but I was born and raised in the UK. If I, you know, my children's children, I marry another Nigerian British woman here in the UK. We have kids. You know, they're born and raised in the UK, and the cycle continues. Is my great grandkid, is he English or is he Nigerian?
That's crazy, because they won't even allow you guys to accept the term being English. They always call you guys British. Yeah, so that's another political situation.
Okay, cool. In fact, no, I'm glad you mentioned that and corrected me. Let me ask you then: Is he British entirely? Like, if you met him, let's say you had that interview with him at some point, and then he tells you,
I
yeah,
say
I'm
something
Nigerian.
about your great grandchild.
Yeah, I'm talking like 5 generations from now. You meet him, and then you end up having this interview with him, and you ask him, yo, bro, where you from? And he says, I'm Nigerian.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. British culture, upbringing. His parents is British. Your great grandparents is British. They're all British. All of their history and all their ethnic culture for right now is Britain.
So he's not Nigerian.
No, ethnically, like when you go down to DNA and stuff like that, yeah, you can trace all that stuff down to the nitty and gritty. But when it comes down to culture wise, if your great grandchildren, if you have a kid with a black British person, and then your kids have a kid with another black British person, by the 3rd generation, we can most likely assume that they're not going to be going back to Nigeria to meet up with their culture. That's fair.
Not going back.
Yeah.
But we like
they can acknowledge it.
But what you said, I like the word you used. Use the word ethnically.
Yeah.
You've obviously looked at him and known that. Yeah, cool. I know you're American.
Yeah.
Like I hear it in I can see it in your culture in who you are. But ethnically, that's what I'm trying to say. And obviously, in this part here, I'm hoping to sort of clear up, some of the misconceptions from before.
I see where you're going.
That's what they mean.
But then, but then the question goes like this. It's very difficult to have a question like that because all of these particular locations can be shifted at any point. And let's say in 2,000 years, Germans or Russians take over all the Ukraine and take over all of France. Let's say the Russians take over France. Yeah. And in 2,000 years pass again, we're not going to remember that France was dominated by French people. It was all Russian people that was there. And it's going to become a normalized thing itself. So now let's clear it up. When slavery happened into America, there were Native Americans there. A lot of people confuse the word native with Indian. Native, what does it mean? It means you're originally from that land, right? Okay, there were Black Americans there. I'm not African American. I'm a Black American. There's a difference. And where the difference come into play? My family and my bloodline has been in America since slavery. So now, cool, slavery's passed. Say you fly over to America right now and you become an American citizen. Your kids grow up to become an American citizen. You're African American, right? But you're not the same as me. Okay. My grandmother on my father's side is Navajo Indian. So my bloodline is tinted with American roots from the ground up. When you and your culture flies over there, how can they compare us to two different things? How can they say we're the same? We're not the same. Yeah. And that's what's happening right now. So it's like a really confusing situation. And at the same time, they're trying to rewrite history. Yeah. So it's one of those things. So when these particular videos, I think that especially over here in Europe, your particular culture that's dominating this region is a very significant voice. You guys are the voice of the secondhand voice of our culture. Let's say that. Because you speak English. Yeah. So when all these other countries come over here to get a piece of hip hop or get a taste of some English type of, relevancy. Okay. They can't afford to go to America, so they come here. And when they come here and you guys are talking like this about Americans, not saying all of you guys, I'm just saying this propaganda, these jokes, they take it seriously and it spreads. Yeah. And then that becomes a vicious cycle of disgustingness. And when you have people that literally walk around every day and say, Americans are dumb. The stoplight was created by a Black American. It's in every city around the world. Most of us got iPhones. You're wearing AirPods. Yeah. How can you consciously say that? And it's wild to me. So even the way we communicate now is all social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Americans were the first person that started communicating through social media. YouTube is one of the biggest things that we have right now. Instagram, that's all created in America. So when you even think about the way we communicate, it's like that was all American influence. You're wearing a Yankee fitted with somebody who's really from. I was waiting
to get cooked.
I know, you don't gotta get. I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna cook you. Cool. But I'm really from. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx. I've seen this logo my whole life. I'm a real Yankee, like a real Yankee. Yeah. And it's, you know what I mean. So it's like those simple things, and some people are not up for those type of conversations, and that's cool. But for the people that are up for those conversations, that understand the difference, tell the children to step aside. This is a mature conversation, and it's acceptable to have. That's just my thoughts. Good?
I agree. I don't disagree.
I appreciate it. Anything else you want to say to the people watching?
He's a good guy in real life. Yeah, he's not a prick. So, yeah, continue watching the video, supporting, and don't be ignorant. If you don't know something, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not knowing. There's nothing wrong with pretending to know. So, yeah.
I appreciate you, man. And that's the end of the video.
I didn't even catch your name.
Adonis. Yes.
Okay, marvelous.
Oh, that's a name. That is fire.
These, like all your friends, you guys.
Yeah, well, these guys.
Okay. Yeah.
like real life, you know. You can see it in real life. It's like a whole crowd.
You've been in London for a while. Do you go back and forth?
Yeah, I just got back from New York. I was in New York for a full month, and then now I'm back here for like a month and a half. I might fly to Eastern Europe.
Okay.
So I want to show like different stuff, like what you can do.
So you like it here? You must.
I like people.
Okay.
I like people.
Understandable. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah.
I just like people. They're just very interesting and unique in their own way. So, and I love these interactions. The only difference between me and them or the people that's watching is I film the conversations I have.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. And I think that every conversation is very interesting. Yeah. So now people can learn from this. I love this. You just had a great interview. That was a really good.
Nice one, man. Thank you.
Head out, bro. I don't want to keep you on.
It was good seeing you all in it.
Thank you. Wow, and that's a great interview. I thought the day was going to end, but it came down to that. Super excited. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay blessed. And we're going to see what else we can get to over this upcoming days in London. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow the new TikTok account. It's a movie. Let's get it.